time, me and you and me. Let's pass the time, just you and me. There's never ever been two friends quite like we. Let's pass the time, just you and me. Let's have adventures, me and you and me. Let's have adventures, you and me. We'll go where the wind will take us, see what we can see. Let's have adventures, you and me. You're my best friend, and I'm yours too. Through thick and thin, whether it's gray skies or blue, we've got a love, and it's never gonna end. Ooh, you're my best friend. Let's take a ride, me and you and me. Let's take a ride, just you and me. The wind against our backs, we have never been more free. Let's take a ride, just you and me. Let's be together, me and you and me. Let's be together, you and me. There's no other place I know that I would rather be. Let's be together, you and me. You're my best friend, and I'm yours too. Through thick and thin, whether it's gray skies or blue, we've got a love, and it's never gonna end. Ooh, you're my best friend. 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 Ooh, you're my best friend.
Before you guys take a seat, if you guys could all just make a little bit of a noise for our beautiful couple. So make some noise. Welcome as we gather here today to celebrate the wonderful relationship of Priscilla and Leaf. My name is Noah, and I have the great honor and privilege of being here today to officiate this event. As we celebrate Leaf and Priscilla, I'm going to start by getting into a little bit of background of them. And as we do that, I think it's important to understand as we go through and we hear the stories. I think it's important that we understand this doesn't happen by accident. They're here today because of hard work, dedication, and commitment to each other. The foundation that's been laid over the last 8 or so years by these two is what will propel them to get them through the next 50 and so on, and for the rest of their lives. So congratulations to you both. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it, and great job on getting to this point. We're going to start with the very beginning. I think one of the very first things about Leaf and Pris that was unique was I had the honor of being Leaf's roommate in college. When he would come back from times out with her or coffee dates and things like that, I would ask him and say, hey, how did it go? And I think there's a lot of times, and I've heard a lot of officiants say at weddings, they would say they bonded over this, or they bonded over that, or music, or food, or something like that. I think the unique thing with them, not that they didn't bond over those particular things, but the unique thing with them was they bonded over each other. Every time Leaf talked about Pris, he talked about her and her heart and her personality. And if you ask Priscilla today what her favorite parts are about Leaf, it's definitely not that he's a huge Dodger fan, but it's the fact that who he is as a person, that he's a good man, that he's going to be a great father one day, that he's going to be an excellent husband. I think one of the very first things that was a tough moment for them was the decision when Priscilla decided to go and study to pursue her teaching career in Portland. Long distance is a challenge for any relationship. I think that's always going to be something that comes up and is going to be something that two people have to get through. And they handled that situation with grace, commitment to each other, and incredible communication, and took that situation that could have been a challenge for them and turned into an opportunity to strengthen their relationship. The next thing I want to talk about is their time at Sharky's together. When Priscilla decided to return from Portland, Leaf had already been working at Sharky's. And I know it may just sound like it's a fast casual restaurant job and it's something that was temporary, but what I want to highlight there is that both of them as individuals came into that opportunity, and we talk about all the time with our team, make the most of your opportunity, and the skill set that you're going to learn while you work here is how you're going to carry yourself in your next job, in your next profession, and all throughout your life. And Priscilla came in, and rather than slacking off because we knew Leaf and Leaf had a great rapport with the rest of the staff, she became our very best employee. And that just goes to show you that she's an independent woman who was worried about herself and how people viewed her individually, rather than, oh, I'm just my boyfriend's girlfriend and this is why I have the job or I have the opportunity. And Leaf did the same thing. The way that they carried themselves at that particular job is something that is a testament to how great they are as a couple. And the last thing I want to talk about is their current day and how amazing they're doing in their professional careers. Priscilla today has completed all her schooling, and she is now pursuing her dream as a full-time. She has her own classroom school teacher, and Leaf is working at one of the big four accounting firms. And I'm very, very proud of him to say that he is a certified public accountant. Congrats to you both. We can make some noise for that. The next part, I was supposed to give marriage advice, which I'm not sure if I'm qualified enough to do so yet. But there was a quote that I found online that I liked, and then I'm going to speak from my heart just a little bit. But it says, marriage flourishes when the couple works together as a team. When both husband and wife decide that winning together is more important than keeping score. I think that is the epitome of what you guys have been able to do over the last 8 years. You guys are a true team. And again, like we talked about, an event like today doesn't happen by accident. You guys have put in the work to get to this point, laid down the foundation for you guys to carry on for many, many years to come. As someone who has done a ton of online research about what advice to give as an officiant, I would just say this: nothing good comes without hard work. You guys need to choose each other every day, no matter what, and lead with love. I'm done talking for a little bit now. Leaf and Priscilla have prepared their own vows. So Leaf, you're going first?
Yep.
Leaf is going to go first.
Priscilla, I've been waiting for this moment since the day we met. As soon as I first saw you, I knew that one day you were going to be my wife. I'm so happy that you chose me as your husband. You are the light of my life. You amaze me in every way. I've never met someone who radiates so much positivity and warmth like you do. Everyone who meets you can feel your heart as soon as you walk in the room. For the last 7.5 years, I've watched and learned how you treat people with kindness and respect, with compassion and empathy. I've applied these traits that you have mastered to myself and relationships with others. You've made me a better boyfriend, a better son, a better brother, and a better friend. I will carry these traits and apply them throughout our marriage and pass down what I've learned to our future kids and grandkids. I vow to cherish you every day. I vow to be a loving, faithful husband. I promise to listen to you and communicate with patience and respect. I promise to always put you first. When the time comes, I vow to be a great father to our children and promise to protect and love our family unconditionally. I promise to be there for you when you're stressed out from work and promise to take care of you on your sick days. I vowed to honor you and make sure you always feel safe and loved. Thank you for being by my side every day and for standing up for me, for loving me so deeply. I love being around you and I've had so much fun with you, whether on one of our road trips or binging one of our favorite shows on the couch. It's the number one place I want to be, next to you. I'm so proud of you and the life and love we have created together. These rings and this marriage represent a loving, pure covenant with one another. This love will guide us through any adversity or challenges we might face. This love will be present when we start to raise our kids, when we travel the world, and when one of us is just having a bad day. This love will be here when we grow old together. when it gets a little harder to see or walk or hear. This love is unconditional and it's eternal. Thank you for sharing your one-of-a-kind love with me, and thank you, Jesus, for bringing you into my life. I'm so honored to become your husband, and I can't wait to call you my wife. I love you, Priscilla.
Leaf, I love you. 7 years ago, my life changed. I met someone who my heart had been searching for. I vividly remember the first time I met you, and I walked up and I was so nervous, but yet so excited. I hugged you and asked you, how do you pronounce your name? And within seconds, my nervousness turned into calmness and excitement. After meeting you, I knew my life was about to change, and little did I know that my love for you would grow enough to last hundreds of lifetimes. As I reflect on our 7.5 years together, I am overwhelmed with gratitude for the blessings of this incredible journey we have shared. I found my home and I found myself standing here today, surrounded by our family and friends. I feel that same warmth and excitement that I felt at Corner Bakery. I loved you 7 years ago, and I'm so deeply in love with you today, and I promise to love you for the next 904 years. Today I promise to create a home filled with laughter, love, and compassion. I vow to nurture our relationship and always cherish the bond that we share. I know in my heart that our love is deep enough to last lifetimes and beyond, and as I envision our future together, my heart fills with joy. I see a life filled with love, laughter, and adventure, and I often think about the stories we will share with our future children, the lessons we will teach them, and all of the silly moments. Today I am choosing you as my husband and the future father of our children, knowing that they will feel the love they deserve and the kind of love that you give so freely, and that will empower them to embrace life with open hearts. I can't wait to grow our family and share that love. I love you and thank you for loving me.
Priscilla, please take Leaf's ring and place it on his finger. As you do, repeat after me. With this ring,
I
give you my heart,
I give you my heart,
my love,
my love,
and my promise,
and my promise,
today and always.
today and always.
Leaf, please take Priscilla's ring and place it on her finger. As you do, repeat after me. With this ring, I give you my heart, my love, and my promise, today and always. Do you, who are present here today, vow to surround Priscilla and Leaf in love, to contribute to their new community, and to support them in their marriage? Will you promise to nurture and support this union, to be a source of strength and encouragement in their shared future?
I do.
And do you, friends and family, promise to support this couple, encourage their marriage, and their lives together?
I do.
Priscilla and Leaf, you guys have now made vows to each other, secured support, exchanged rings, and committed yourselves to a lifetime of love and partnership. It is my honor and joy to officially pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. Vera. Leaf, you can kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you Mr. and Mrs. Vera.
Looks like we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby. We might have took the long way. We knew we'd get there someday. They said that I bet they'll never make it, but just look at us holding on. We're still together, still going strong. You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I want for life. You're still the one that I love, the only one I dream of. You're still We beat the odds together. Glad we didn't listen. Look at what we would be missing. They said that I bet they'll never make it, but just look at us holding on. We're still together, still going strong. You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I want for life. You're still the one that I love.
First, I want to present Maid of Honor, Leilani. Make some noise for her.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Leilani, and I have the absolute honor and privilege of being the maid of honor today, and more importantly, the proud sister of this beautiful bride. Standing here today, I'm filled with so many emotions. Joy, love, nostalgia, and just a touch of disbelief that my big sister Priscilla is getting married. It feels like just yesterday we were still in our childhood bedrooms, staying up late, having constant sleepovers with each other, or her giving me fashion advice, which thanks to you, I now know wearing plaid and stripes is a no-go. Or letting me hang out with you in high school, or fighting over clothes and God knows what else, and me writing notes, sliding them under your door, asking for your forgiveness. See, even then, you had this incredible light about you. You are nurturing, effervescent, luminous, selfless, compassionate, quirky, and silly, which we all know hasn't changed much. She is the best sister anyone could have possibly have, and it's all the little things that make her so amazing. You are someone who I can always count on, and I feel so incredibly blessed to be able to call you my sister and best friend all in one. And then came Leaf. As her sister, I've had a front row view to Priscilla's life through all her phases, heartbreaks, dreams, and triumphs. When she first told me about Leaf, I could tell something was different. She had this glow, assurance, and calmness around her. And then I met Leaf, and it all made sense. He's not only kind, genuine, and thoughtful, but he's patient, which, let's be honest, it is exactly what it takes to marry a Mendez woman. Leaf, thank you for always treating me like your own sister and letting me third wheel on your dates. And in all seriousness, thank you. Thank you for loving my sister the way she deserves to be loved. Thank you for being her partner, her best friend, and now her husband. It gives me peace knowing that she's starting this new chapter with someone who brings out the very best in her. To Pris and Leaf, may your marriage be a place where laughter lives even on the hard days. May you grow not just side by side, but because of each other. I hope you never stop discovering new things about one another. May you continue to challenge each other, support each other, and remind each other why you fell in love in the first place. And most of all, I hope you have as much fun growing old with her as I did growing up with her. I'm thankful to God for bringing you into our lives. Today, I don't just celebrate my sister's marriage, I also give thanks for the brother I have gained. Leaf, welcome to the family. Les quiero dar mil gracias a Dios y a todos quienes están aquí para poder celebrar este día tan especial y importante para mi querida hermana y mi nuevo hermano. Les deseo a los dos un matrimonio lleno de amor, bendiciones y felicidad. Let's raise a glass to love, to partnership, and to the kind of happiness that only grows deeper with time and lasts a lifetime. To Chris and Leaf, cheers.
Next up, we got the best man, Jet.
I think we knew we were going to be here today. When you're around Leaf and Pris together, they always bring a joyous and loving vibe that also reflects who they are as individuals. Priscilla is always smiling, warm, and caring. And Leaf has always been inviting, mindful, and has the biggest heart. Leaf helping out in Pris's classroom, reading a book to the kids. And Pris going to countless Dodger games. With two selfless people, it's only natural that they complement each other so well, and we know how much they love each other. Leaf, you're the best brother I could ever ask for, and Pris, I'm so grateful that I can call you my sister, and I love you both very much, and very thankful for both of you. Congratulations.
Best man number 2, Noah.
Hello.
I'm sure all you guys are tired of hearing me talk, but I met Leaf when I was, I think, like 9 or 10 years old, something like that. We played on a baseball team together, and I had the privilege of being on that team with him. And on that team, we had a couple people that we were really close to, kids that I had grown up with, and we didn't know anything about Leaf. And I just remember, like, my dad was the coach. We had a couple of the assistant coaches that were really close to us, and Leaf was just like, he was like the kid that we drafted. He was like a complete surprise, but he just came in, like, was very, very talented on that team, and just had a great personality, great family. His mom and dad, who are still some of the best parents I've ever seen today, and I love you guys very much for always accepting me. I think it was 7th grade, junior high PE. I was sitting in like the front of the class, and this kid kept like waving at me, and I was like, I have no idea who this kid is. Like, whatever. It had been 3 or 4 years since I had seen him, and his hair was like longer, and he was like, he just kept waving, and I was like, I have no idea who this kid is. But it turns out it was Leaf, and we hung out a little bit in 7th grade, 8th grade. We had the Spanish class together that we kind of started like joking here and there, and kind of like creating our own little language and humor that no one else would understand. That it's very hard to talk in front of Leaf and not say the dumbest things that you guys would never understand. But that's just kind of been our humor. As we got into high school, we played baseball for my first couple of years together, and we really just like kind of, I'd say, like, took the program by storm from the perspective of just like creating this own little, like, our own little universe together. We consider ourselves good kids. Like, we didn't like do anything wrong. We weren't the kids that were, you know, drinking or smoking or anything like that in high school. Like, we were just focused. And I think the first thing that I really bonded with Leaf on early on was just the fact, like, we didn't care about a lot of things. Like, we didn't really care about fitting in. But when we cared about something, we cared about it a lot. And we had our, we like to think that we had our priorities straight. And the very first thing I remember that so vividly was the way that Leaf just spoke about his family. I touched on his parents a little bit, but he just had that, you know, family foundation. And then the way that he would talk about his brother reminded me of the way that I felt and talked about my brother and his 2 sisters as well. And then when Casper was born, and just like watching him be the absolute best uncle I've ever seen in my life, like from just an older, like, father figure, brother figure type of person to another kid, like, you're going to be such an amazing father. I know Priscilla knows that, but Casper, you're so lucky to have him. Like, I think you know that, and as you'll get older, you'll continue to know that more and more, but you couldn't ask for anything more in a husband. And when I was thinking about, like, this speech, I was thinking, like, I've seen so many best men get up here, and I was the guy that, like, I was his college roommate, like, I was his friend in high school, and, like, they always have, like, I'm the guy that, like, has, like, the knowledge of, like, oh, well, Leaf had, like, this phase, right, or he was, like, crazy, or we used to do, like, these things, or whatever. Like, none of it. Like, to Pris's family, like, you guys are getting the most respectful, humble, hardworking, loyal, and committed son into your family that you could possibly be getting. And you guys could not be asking for anything more. Leaf has been a brother to me. He's been a brother to my family. My brother loves him like his own brother just because of his work ethic and person that he is. And like I said a little bit, you know, more during the ceremony, like, Pris is truly his princess. We used to call her Pretty Pris. That's what Leaf started calling her, and it was hard not to call her that during the ceremony, but just a true blessing for him. And the way that he talked about you so early on, like, I meant that when I said, like, he didn't talk about anything that you guys did or, like, that you guys talked about, but it was just like you, like, your beautiful heart, your genuine heart. And I've had the privilege of being around you for however many years now and getting to know you, and just from the little details of the binder that you made me to, you know, branding my backpack and things like that, you've just always been overly sweet, overly generous. And we're looking at a power couple here, and you guys are truly amazing people, and what you guys are establishing is a beautiful thing. And I love you both, and I'm here for you guys for whatever you guys need for your whole life. So thank you.
Next up, we got Dad Carlos.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. For those of you who doesn't know me, or who don't know me, I am the father of the bride, Carlos. It is an absolute pleasure to see so many family and friends gather here to celebrate Priscilla and Leaf. As you can tell, public speaking is not my forte. I tend to be a man of few words, but I could not let this special day go by without saying a few words about my amazing and beautiful daughter. But before I get there, I would like to address Leaf's parents. Welcome to the family. It is a pleasure to see you both again. We are so happy to have Leaf as part of our family. He is a wonderful young man. We're impressed with the kind of person he is. And it's no surprise you guys did a wonderful job. Get a round of applause for the Lee's family. Chris, I feel like it was just yesterday I was holding you in my arms. And now you're starting your own life. I'm so proud of the woman you have become. You've always been kind, compassionate, giving, caring, but most of all, full of laughter. I know I have not been the most emotionally and expressive dad, but I hope you know that I'm so very proud of you and how much I love you. You and your little sister have been the best daughters any parents wish to have. Leaf, I am so happy Pris found someone who loves her unconditionally and treats her with kindness and respect. Thank you for being that guy. Now is the time I'm supposed to officially welcome you to our family. But the truth is, you've always been part of our family since the day we met you. I know Pris will be an amazing partner. I know that because if she's anything like her mother, she will care for you and love you forever. I would like everybody to cheer for the newlyweds. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank a lot of our friends that were able to make it from, other places far away and so close. That means a lot to us. Really appreciate that. And I know that if my parents were alive, they would have loved to be here and wish you guys nothing but happiness, the best happiness in the world. Love you guys. Keep it together.
Hi. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Priscilla's cousin, Naomi. I am grateful to be here and give a speech to congratulate these two amazing young people as they begin their lives together. One of my favorite memories is when you and Leilani taught me how to hide food in my room, which just backfired years later. But one thing I really did love was when me and you frozen all the time. And you were really nice to me, and I really appreciate that. And I wanted to welcome you to the family. And I wanted to thank you for being Priscilla's partner in crime. All of that, and I love you too really much, and yeah.
If I could be the reason your hair's a mess, the bass drum beating way down deep in your chest. If I could be the voice on your radio, then I could be your long ride home. If mine could be the name that changes yours, the wine in your glass, the swing on your Porsche, the dollar in your pocket and the peaceful in your sleep, then I'd be what you mean to me.